My name is Karina Martinez, and I'm the president of Students for Life.
So I'm Rachel Shellstrom. I'm a second year here at USC, and I'm the secretary for Students for Life. So I'm a second year here, as I mentioned, and during my first year here at USD, I learned about Students for Life through University Ministry. And because of the mission statement of how it is a club that focuses so much on human dignity, I realized that was something that also aligns with my morals and values as well. And I immediately became interested in joining and participating in the weekly meetings that they hold.
So I became involved with Students for Life my first semester, freshman year, and I really liked the organization. I thought that there was a really good community in it, and I also felt like there was just a really strong effort to advocate for people who are experiencing a lot of different life issues, which I think is a problem that impacts a lot of people in our society. So I was passionate about the issues that were discussed in the club, so I decided to stay. So Students for Life is most heavily related to Catholicism and kind of the Catholic belief that there is intrinsic human dignity in every person, and that is from conception to natural death. So a lot of the projects that we do are based on serving people who are either pregnant or experiencing homelessness, or talking about dignity of the incarcerated or things like that, explaining to the general campus community and like the San Diego community that dignity should be something that's granted to everybody during all phases of life.
As for how Students for Life focuses on social justice and how we kind of face those problems head on, I would say we really focus on the issue of homelessness, especially since this is such a prevalent issue in San Diego. If you go down the streets in downtown, it's covered with homeless people. And San Diego, although we do have that homeless population, there is a lot of nonprofits that do work at combating this issue. And one of those organizations that we really get a chance to work with is the Rachel's Women's Center downtown. And that is an organization in which we have the opportunity of going to serve at. And it's a really unique opportunity because we cook dinner for the women down there, but we also get to sit down and eat with them. So it's not like we're just kind of labeling them as other and not fully diving in with them. We are more putting ourselves at the table and eating dinner and having that dinner conversation with the women.
I believe that Catholicism teaches us to be active when people are facing different issues. We shouldn't be passive and just let them do that, even if the issues do not affect us specifically. And it kind of teaches us to go out and like treat the other or the neighbor, like it says in the Bible, with the love and dignity that they deserve. So Life Week is Living is for Everybody week. It happens during the spring, and during that week we take the work that Students for Life does as an organization and kind of present it to the student body as a whole. So we'll talk about some of the either like most controversial issues that we discuss, or the ones that kind of hit people in the heart the most and make them think about life and society in general.
So for example, last year during Life Week, we did a PB and Jammin' event in which we made PB&J sandwiches for the homeless population, and we were able to make one for them and then take one home for whatever student was participating in it as well. We also had a really cool guest speaker come and talk to us about his teenage life as a member of the incarcerated group, I would say. And he talked about how he kind of found God through this whole experience of being in prison for most of his teenage life, and how he has given back to that community and has encouraged other teens that were similar in his situation on how they can come closer to God and how they can keep being positive through the whole experience.
One of the main events that we also have for Life Week each year is a Mass. So the Mass for Peace, we have a Mass for Peace for Life. And so during the Prayers of the Faithful, we talk about each life issue, and we offer an intention specifically for those who are experiencing whatever issue during this week. So there's typically one prayer for one day, and we'll host a rosary before the Mass so that we can further engage in prayer about those topics. I think Students for Life is a really unique opportunity to serve your community and also to incorporate your faith in service. I think a lot of people either acknowledge Catholicism as a faith specifically, and then like acknowledge working on social justice issues separately, but there is so much room in between to be like so many of the saints and be really amazing change makers in society, specifically like Mother Teresa and many other saints, but to acknowledge that you can help others as a part of your faith.
So what makes Students for Life so unique, I would say, is that first off, our meetings are very personal and very comfortable. We meet right in the living room area of the new ministry center, and it's a very casual meeting. We always have a yummy warm dinner for everyone to eat. We try to have as many guest speakers from the community as possible, and we do participate in a lot of different service events. We cover so many different topics. For example, last week we had a talk on immigration in DACA. We've had talks on mental health and little activities for our students to get involved in.
Students for Life at USD has evolved drastically over time, which I think is really unique about our organization. A lot of people see Students for Life as being a pro-life club, which we are, but often think that it's a single issue club focused solely on abortion, and we like to kind of revamp what it means to be a student for life and to love and engage with life in all phases and all stages, and not to necessarily limit that to one view of like what it means to be pro-life. So I think in a lot of different ways we are extremely innovative, especially with our community engagement and focusing on issues that could impact life at any stage.